I'm going to unlock the secrets of living in a golf community in Austin, Texas. Whether you're a golf fanatic or just a community-centric enthusiast, I'm going to give you all the details to help you make the decision of which luxurious lifestyle works best for you. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper. My team and I get calls and emails from people just like you needing help moving in and around Austin, Texas, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in today, tomorrow, or somewhere in between, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Now let's get started on these golf communities and what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to take you a tour through the actual golf courses. I have video footage from when I've played them. I'm going to give you the rundown of house prices, what to expect, the initiation fees, what the amenities are like. I mean, hey, I played golf for the University of Texas back in the day, so I've played every single one of these golf courses and have intimate knowledge about not only the greens and fairways, but the homes that are listed right by them. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to dive into are my 10 questions that you need to ask yourself before you start your search. Number one is the cost. I mean, let's be real. The homes cost different price points in different communities, and it depends how much you want to spend and what your budget is as to where that's going to guide you. We have some initiation fees starting as low as $10,000 and the highest up to $200,000. Homes on the golf course, some of them you might be able to find under $1 million, maybe, and then you're going to go all the way up to the multi-millions if you're on like maybe a Barton Creek or Spanish Oaks. So we're going to dive into those details, but the first question you need to ask yourself is, what is the cost? The second question you need to ask yourself is, do you like the actual golf course? Is it your style of play, long enough, short enough, many tee time or tee options to choose from? So that's really important. The third thing is, how about the amenities? Does it have the extra amenities that you like? Do you need a fitness center? Do you want the pickleball courts and tennis? All those things come as part of the country club package. Number 4, is the location accessible to you? Are you going to live right there at the golf community, or are you going to live somewhere else and commute to golf? That's really important to know if during traffic times you're going to have a hard time to get there, or if it's going to be ease of use for you. Number 5, the 19th hole ambiance. I mean, let's be serious. After you play 18 holes, you're going to want to go sit inside, figure out the scores and who owes money to whom. And while you're there, you're going to want to have a nice, cool ambiance and make you feel at home while you're chatting about all those bets that happened over the course of 18 holes. Number 6, are tee times easy to get? Is the club so full that you can't get a tee time when you want it? Or can you get a tee time on the weekend mid-morning? 7, is the food good? I mean, really, you're going to be there a lot, probably, and you're going to want to stay for dinner from time to time, and you want that chef to be serving up some really good food. Number 8, what are the events like, the other events? Do you have a family? Do they have children's like little tournaments, games, crafts fairs, things like that? If you're a single, do they have fun ladies' days, guys' day out? Or if you're in a couple, do they have 9 and wine? You know, what type of events are you looking for, and do they have them throughout the year so you can have more fun? Number 9, how's the practice facility? I mean, you know, let's be serious. Some of us don't practice at all, but if you're into that sort of thing and you want to get better at your game, you want to make sure they have the proper putting greens and pitching areas and chipping areas. Do they offer lessons? You know, is anything included with your membership, or do they have access to some good pros there at the club? And lastly, number 10, is the membership full or is it still growing? Many of the country clubs in Austin right now are at capacity. So if you're thinking about doing this, you may want to get on the waiting list sooner than later. But in addition, you want to know, like, if the membership is full, there won't be too many new faces in the crowd. If the membership is still growing, then you can count on meeting some new people as they get new members. So just something to think about. Those are my top 10 questions to ask yourself before you start the search for your country club here in Austin. Now, there are a few different types of golf communities that you can find. You're going to find completely private. You're going to find semi-private. You can live near a public golf course, and then there are some resort communities. So of our private golf communities in town, we have Austin Country Club, Spanish Oaks, the Hills and Flintrock Falls. We have Onion Creek, Great Hills, Twin Creeks, Riverplace, Westlake Country Club, and the UT Golf Club. Resort style course, we have Barton Creek. It's a full country club and exclusive to all its members, but it also has the Omni Resort right in the middle of it. So you're going to have a lot of weekenders, vacationers, bachelors, bachelorettes coming in, staying at the hotel. And so sometimes you kind of lose the sense of community just a little bit at Barton Creek because it's so big. And in addition, they allow the hotel guests to come and have their play on the courses as well. So keep that in mind when you're making your decision. If you want something more intimate, maybe where the pros and the cart guys and everybody remembers you each time you come, you may think about one of the smaller clubs. At the moment, and we are coming into summer of 2024, the clubs that are full are most of them. Austin Country Club is on a waiting list. It's years long, and you have to know a few people to be able to get in there. Barton Creek, waiting list a couple years long, though they have some ways to get in early with some partial memberships. Ask me about that later and I can get you that data. Spanish Oaks is full. Westlake Country Club is right at the capacity. I don't think they're full as of today, but they're getting very close. The Hills and Flintrock Falls, for their premier membership, they're very close. They may only have a couple memberships left. Great Hills Country Club is full, so they're taking on waiting list. Keep in mind, Great Hills also is about to undergo a course reconstruction. It's still to be voted on. It's not 100% certain yet, but it's looking like they will need to close down for an amount of time to do a remodel, just like Westlake Country Club got finished doing. Twin Creeks has some room. Onion Creek has some room. Riverplace has some room. UT Golf Club has some room. So if you're thinking about getting in membership or becoming a member at one of these courses before you buy a house, you may want to go ahead and get on the waiting list before you even get a home. You don't have to own a home inside the community in any of these we've discussed to be able to buy a membership. So wherever you want to play, it just needs to be accessible to where you live. But you do not have to live in a specific area to be able to get membership to that club. So what are the benefits of living in a golf community other than the golf, of course? Well, you have access to tennis, fitness, all the other amenities of the club. In addition to those amenities, it can be a great social life. Almost every club is going to put on activities throughout the year to accommodate families, singles, doubles, help you mingle, make new friends, hang out with old friends, come up and play cards. It's just a wonderful place to hang out with your community of like people. And lastly, it's pretty. It's always well maintained. The grass is always green. The flowers are always fresh at the entrance. They go to great lengths to keep the entire community looking a certain way and absolutely beautiful. So when you arrive home from a busy day or a long commute, you kind of get that feeling of like, oh, I'm home. All right, so we're gonna take a tour by the map. I'm gonna give you the average price point, show you where it's located in town, and tell you whether it's gated or not, what the initiation fee is, you know, kind of the nitty-gritty details. So let's get started in the map. All right, we're gonna start with our oldest country club in town, Austin Country Club. It is located on the lake here, as you can see, and it only has a really small section that's gated right around the clubhouse. So there's no kind of gated community that you drive into and just be there at Austin Country Club. So generally speaking, if you're living on the golf course, you're not going to be in a gated community. There are gated pockets near Austin Country Club and plenty of them, but just keep that in mind that the course itself, generally speaking, the homes that are located on the golf course are not gated. Average close price within a couple of miles around the clubhouse there, because there's no specific area. We're just doing a 2-mile radius around the clubhouse. It's $1,800,000 on average. The course in its current location was built in 1984, but Austin Country Club has been around since 1899. Pretty cool. One of the courses with the most history in town for sure. As for the amenities at Austin Country Club, they have everything you might imagine. It's old school, traditional charm. They have multiple dining areas. They have tennis courts and pickleball courts. They have the swimming pool. They have a really lovely outdoor patio area that people congregate to for happy hours in the evenings and on the weekends and stuff. They do have the Harvey Pinnock room. It's a men's only family dining room. So it's pretty old school in that regard, but it's kind of just one of those things you walk in and it just oozes that luxurious feel you would expect from a club that's been around since 1899. All these red dots here on the map, by the way, are the golf courses we're going to cover today. So we're going to go from Austin Country Club here to our next closest in town, the Westlake Country Club. And Westlake Country Club is in the Eanes ISD, as Austin Country Club is. The average sale price around the Westlake Country Club is $2 million. This course was built in the 70s, in 1970 to be exact. However, they just had a major remodel last year in 2023, and they've undergone some serious rebranding. So it's now called Westlake Country Club, whereas before it was called Lost Creek Country Club. The initiation fee at Westlake Country Club is $85,000, and the initiation fee at Austin Country Club is $100,000. Now, Austin Country Club has a waiting list a mile long, and you just, if you want to get in, you might as well get on it now and get you some good letters of recommendation from current members. Westlake Country Club is approaching capacity. The last time I checked, they were not at capacity, but they're very near. So you want to go ahead and get on those waiting lists sooner than later if you're thinking about being a member at one of these private golf courses. As for the amenities at Westlake Country Club, they have multiple dining experiences, kind of different levels. You have your outdoor kind of sports bar, patio level, all the way up to your fine dining room. And they have multiple tennis courts, and they all just got resurfaced and redone, as well as the pickleball in their remodel in 2023. They have a beautiful swimming pool. They host multiple little swimming events because it's an Olympic length pool. It's a really nice club fitness facility as well. So next we'll pop right here from Westlake Country Club. We'll pop right over here to Barton Creek Country Club. Now, Barton Creek Country Club has 3 golf courses in town and 1 out in Spicewood. The 3 golf courses in town are where we're going to focus our pricing, leave the Spicewood out for another time. So average close price around the golf courses of the 3 in town is $2,300,000. The courses were built at different times. The Fazio Foothills was the first one, built in 1986. Then the Crenshaw was added in 1991, and the Canyons was built in 2000. The Canyons still has some, very little, but some new construction going on there. So the prices in the Canyons are going to be a bit higher. Those average home close prices are $3,800,000. So quite a bit higher than the others just because it's new construction over on that portion. As for the Barton Creek amenities, well, they have more than anyone else because it's so huge, and it's also home to the Omni Resort. So they have multiple fitness centers, multiple swimming pools, all kinds of outdoor activities, multiple practice areas and driving ranges. They have a little mini putt-putt golf for the kids, spa, huge, enormous spa facility, wellness center. So Barton Creek would have more amenities than any of the other golf courses in town simply because of its enormous size. All right, so we did Austin Country Club. We came down here into Westlake, over to Westlake Country Club, then to Barton Creek. Now we're just going to pop out a little further on 2244 and head out to Spanish Oaks. Spanish Oaks Country Club is one of the newer ones in town. The average close price out there is $3,500,000. This course was built in 2008. And the membership there just recently became full, so it's kind of one in, one out at the Spanish Oaks Club right now. And the initiation fee at Spanish Oaks is $200,000. As for the amenities at Spanish Oaks, well, its main focus is golf, but in the greater community, they have an enormous swimming pool with kind of a sandy area that has a beach volleyball court and a basketball court. They have a fishing pavilion, or a fishing pond, that they have a pavilion out to. You can stand up on the deck, and I think they have like 4 or 5 species of fish in there. Of course, they have the largemouth bass. So Spanish Oaks is a little bit more separated for their amenities because at the golf area, it's specifically focused on the golf community. All right, going from here to Spanish Oaks out to the Hills and Flintrock Falls, it's right in the middle of Lakeway. The Hills Country Club has been around since the early 80s. The Hills was built first in 1981. Flint Rock was added in 2002. So if you combine both of those communities together, the average sale price is $1,100,000. However, the Flintrock Falls side, you can expect a higher price per square foot because it's newer. They didn't start building homes there until the early 2000s, and there's still a little bit of new construction in Flintrock Falls to this day. So you can expect a little higher price in there. As for the amenities, now the Hills has one of the best golf practice areas in Central Texas, in my opinion. They have what's called the Academy of Golf. They have a double-ended driving range. You have one end at the Hills and the other end up at the Academy of Golf. And they have 3 practice holes. Here's the view from the back deck looking out onto the golf course from the Hills. Just wanted to show you that real quick. But they have 3 practice holes at the Academy of Golf, a par 4, a par 5, and a par 3. Bunkers everywhere, so you can go and take your practice from any distance to the green and hit into the greens. They have an enormous putting green, a big pitching area over kind of a little dip and things. So if you want to practice your game, the Hills might be the best place for you. They also organize little live music out there on the weekends from time to time. They have a fitness center. There's also the world of tennis, and it is just that, a world of tennis. Lots of tennis courts, indoor and outdoor, another fitness facility and spa and things over there. So the Hills and Flintrock Falls offer a lot out in the middle of Lakeway, and that average price point is $1,100,000. So we're heading back around. This is where we were over here at the Hills. Now we're heading over here to the UT Golf Club, my alma mater, of course. The UT Golf Club is an enormous planned urban development. This is 18. You can picture yourself up at the clubhouse looking out on 18 green there. And the UT Golf Club, the average sale price is around $1 million. And the course was built in 2003. As far as the amenity goes, they have a lot of tennis courts there as well. They have a fitness center, and they have parties around the football season, in addition to many other activities, of course. But they have kind of pep rallies on Friday evenings before the big football games. So that's something that's kind of unique to the UT Golf Club. So if you're a UT alum, you may be leaning towards this course. Before we go any further, I forgot to mention the initiation fee at the Hills and Flintrock Falls is $95,000, and that includes both courses plus the Live Oak and Yopon course. So the $95,000 is the premier membership that gets you all of that. And then when we skip over back to the UT Club, that one is $85,000 initiation fee. So now we swing from the UT Golf Club and go not too far right over to the Riverplace Country Club. Think of Riverplace as having big views, but perhaps not as idealistic of a golf course as you might want. The Riverplace initiation fee is only $10,000. That is our lowest initiation fee of all the private clubs in town, so it's an easier one to get into. The average close price on the homes is $1,150,000. Still pretty high average close price, and that's because you can just expect huge views out there. See these houses back up on the hills up there? That's what Riverplace is known for. Their main road that goes through town is Big View Drive. I mean, it just has a lot of hilltop locations, and that's what drives that price point up to $1,150,000 on average. The course was built in '84, and it has, a lot of kind of blind tee shots and dog legs, but nonetheless, it is absolutely gorgeous out there. You would love it. The amenities, it's kind of an older club, which is why the entry price is a little bit lower, but they do have the fitness center, and they do have tennis courts and pickleball courts out there as well. So to give you a little preview, we started here at Austin Country Club, then we went down here to Westlake Country Club, Barton Creek, out west to Spanish Oaks, then to Lakeway, to the Hills, back into Steiner Ranch for the UT Club, and then Riverplace. Now we're coming up right here to the northwest corner of town, near the Arboretum, for Great Hills Country Club. Now, when I was in school, this was our home course, and this is number 18 right here. You tee off up high, you land down here in the fairway, and you walk all the way uphill. It's a killer finishing hole. Homes there, average close price $770,000. The course was built in 1971. The word on the street right now is that they're about to close down for a remodel. I don't think it's been voted on yet 100%, but because they're trying to figure out if they should close down a 9 at a time or all 18, but expect something coming up soon. They've already remodeled their clubhouse. It's really nice on the inside. They built a lot of this outdoor seating. On the outside, they have wonderful swimming, tennis, fitness center, all the amenities that you'd expect from a nice country club. So we go here from Great Hills, then we go up to Cedar Park, Twin Creeks Country Club. Twin Creeks, another one in the hill country. You can expect big sky views there as well. Oh, and before I carry on, Great Hills initiation fee is $50,000. Fast forward to Twin Creeks. Twin Creeks is another low entry to barrier at $15,000. The average close price for homes there is $800,000, and the course was built in 2000, so the homes are a little bit newer here. Twin Creeks, if you live in the Twin Creeks community, it is mandatory membership to the country club, at least for a social membership. All right, now we're gonna go to the exact opposite side of town. So here's Twin Creeks up here. Now we're gonna come down here to the southeast part of town to Onion Creek, one of the other originals, not as old as Austin Country Club, but this one was built in the 70s. It used to host the Legends golf tournament back in the day, and another low barrier to entry here at only a $15,000 initiation fee. Also, one of our closed price on average to get in at $675,000. So if you're looking for a little more value, this might be the answer for you. One thing you have to be careful of when you move down there is just it is on the Onion Creek, and so some of the area is in the floodplain. It is just something you need to do your due diligence on the front end, and you're fine. Both my mom and dad live in Onion Creek, and it's not a problem, but you do need to know that it can flood. So average close price there of $675,000, a little bit lower barrier to entry on that initiation fee because the club is a little bit older and dated. It has an enormous swimming pool, tennis courts, great facilities, but they're just a little bit older than some of these other clubs, and that is the reason you can get in for a little bit lower amount of money. As you can see, the golf communities are across the board. We've got from the northwest side at Cedar Park down to the southeast at Onion Creek. You've got some more flat terrain, more hill country terrain. Most of our golf courses are built on the west side in that beautiful hill country because it just creates such a nice topography and elevated views and greens and things like that. There are other differences, the amenities, the activities, the luxury lifestyle, the price points, all of those things. I hope that we've given you some insight in the things that are important to look for to help you make the right choice on the front end. So if any of these communities resonated with you and you want to see some in person, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email anytime. We're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, I hope to see you on the links.